So we cannot rely on willpower. Willpower is very fleeting. If we keep working on the devotion side of it, of you're devoted to making some changes in your life, and you're going to make sure that past you, your old systems, the things that you put in place when you started on this journey are there right now, that discipline muscle will come into play a lot sooner than you think it will. Because again, when we do that, we're not relying on willpower. Welcome to the VetRise Podcast. I'm your host, Juan Perez. My goal is to make success after service accessible to every veteran in society. I believe in the power of leveraging your service, not as a label that defines you, but as a launching pad for your next chapter. What we have been doing hasn't been working, and it's on us to start changing the culture. Enjoy the episode, and thank you for your time. How can we create conditions for success? How can we actually achieve our goals with ridiculously easy techniques? Believe it or not, it's actually a lot easier than you think. Because a lot of what we do, a lot of the reasons why we don't succeed, a lot of the reasons why we don't hit our goals is because we put a lot of obstacles in our way. We also don't convince ourselves that it's something we can actually achieve because of maybe past experiences, maybe because of the story we told ourselves. And as you guys know, everything does correlate. So if our negative self-talk is something that affects us, it's going to affect the way that we see ourselves. If we see ourselves in a negative light, it's going to affect our confidence levels. If our confidence levels are low, it's going to affect what we think we can and we can't achieve. So let's dive into this. So we need to stop relying on willpower. I don't wake up in the morning and tell myself, today I'm going to do everything I can because of my willpower, and I have willpower. See, willpower is limited and it's unreliable because it's based off what? Emotions. It's based off our feelings. Do we feel good or do we not feel good? Do I want to wake up? Do I not want to wake up? Your brain is going to use the same energy planning out when to work out and what to wear in the morning, no matter what. So meaning that you need to lower your action threshold. Instead of pushing through, you should recreate what you know has worked for you in the past. So lowering your action threshold is something that can really help you in a lot of ways. Planning today and getting stuff done now is going to make sure that when you have to get it done in the future, it's going to be a lot easier for you. So in the past, if you've been working out and you've actually been implementing certain strategies in your life and it's been actually helping you, you have to recreate those circumstances. And that applies everywhere. It's not just in waking up in the morning and going to work out. So for me, I wake up at 4 a.m. I don't hit snooze because I have one alarm set up, because if I have two or if I have three, I'm going to hit snooze. And I have this Pavlok watch that actually shots me awake and I have to do jumping jacks for it to turn off. I know right there and then that I have to walk my happy ass over to my ice barrel and I have to jump in, because if I jump in, that is going to help me immediately feel ready for the morning. It's not about me convincing myself that, oh, do I want to do it? Do I not want to do it? I don't think about it. I take the willpower out of it. I take the emotions out of it. Why? Because in the past, I know that it's helped me. Something else that I've used in the past is I keep 8 to 12 ounces of water right next to my bedside with a little bit of lemon juice squeezed into it and a pinch of sea salt. That's something that's helped me in the past because, number one, it replenishes you because you dehydrate during the night. Number two, it helps you with the good minerals that you need for the morning and restores your pH levels. And number three, it has good acidity levels that are going to make sure that you actually wake up and feel a little bit of energy for that morning. So instead of trying to push through, instead of trying to get that emotional level back to where you think you can get it to so you can actually do the things that you want to do, don't rely on willpower. Rely on your systems. See, your systems are your safety nets. Recreate what you know has worked for you in the past. And if you don't know what has worked for you in the past, go ahead and create a morning routine based off what we've talked about before. And don't just do the morning routine for a day or two and tell yourself, oh, well, it didn't work. No, you need to give it time. You need to actually implement the strategies the right way to make sure that they actually do work. So what do we do to make sure that we actually don't use our willpower in the mornings? Making sure that you have your system set up in the morning. The night before, that's when your morning routine starts. Did you set up your workout equipment right where you want it to be? Did you make sure you put stuff on your calendar? Did you make sure that you took away all the trash in your life that needs to be away? Did you do the dishes? Did you make sure that you left a nice clean area where you're not going to feel stressed out in the mornings. We have to make sure we recreate success. That's the only way to do it. We can look back at times when you were at your best. What routines, environments, and mindsets did you have then, and why did they help you? Because maybe right now you're not operating where you want to operate. Maybe right now you're not at the best levels where you want to be at. That's fine. What can we do to make sure we get you back to those levels? What can we do to make sure that your environment is better, your mindset is better, your routines are better? Start doing an inventory of what is it that you're doing right now on a day-to-day basis that maybe you weren't doing before that is actually hindering the process. Do you start throwing on YouTube videos when normally you didn't do that before? Do you start to pick up or maybe rearrange the kitchen when you weren't doing that before? Do you start to take your time in the mornings and then you realize that before you know it, an hour has passed by and that's something that you weren't doing before? We need to go back to our old ways and make sure that if you have a system, you use it. So replicate those conditions in your current routine. Some examples. I worked out in the mornings. I avoided toxic people. I took time to put myself first. If you're right now at a place where you are leveling up, you're going to experience new challenges. New levels have new devils, right? So if you're at a point where you're leveling up and you're doing a lot better and you're starting to get rid of some of those toxic people, maybe you're starting to push some of those people away. Maybe you're making sure that your routines are better. Maybe you're going back to work. Maybe you're coming off of work. Maybe you're at a place right now where someone left your life and now you have more time for yourself. Maybe you have less time for yourself. What can we do to get back to a better routine, better habits, better environment, better mindset? Recreate those environments. We cannot rely on willpower. Willpower is very fleeting. If we keep working on the devotion side of it, of you're devoted to making some changes in your life, and you're going to make sure that past you, your old systems, the things that you put in place when you started on this journey are there right now, that discipline muscle will come into play a lot sooner than you think it will. Because again, when we do that, we're not relying on willpower. Your willpower is going to be what makes you want to stay in bed a little bit longer. It feels nice. The bed feels warm. It feels cozy. Oh, I'll sleep in another hour. But the thing is, willpower comes and goes. That's not a constant. Your systems, your routines, your rules, those are the things that need to be constant. Those are the things that have to stay consistent in your life. All right, let's stop for a minute. This is the part of the episode where I ask you to do me a favor, but it's not a favor for me. It's a favor for your fellow brothers and sisters that served with you. Do me a favor. Think hard and share this podcast with someone that you think would benefit from it. If you know someone that has been struggling, if you know someone that is going through it right now, and you know that they want better for life, they just don't know how to do it. If this podcast can help them, do it. That's it. That's my only ask. If you want to follow me, then great. You want to subscribe? Go for it. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for your time. Back to the episode. Now, simplifying your decisions. Take the willpower out of it, right? Schedule your workouts with the gym's address, including your phone's calendar. All of you should be doing this. So go ahead, pull your phone out right now. Put your workouts in there. If you know you have a Monday, Wednesday, Friday workout, put your workout in there. Put the gym address in the calendar portion of your workout, and then scroll down where it says repeat, and then hit every week. And now you don't have a reason to not remember that you have a workout that day. And you should be doing that for everything. You can even do that for your meal prep for the week. You can do that for planning out your week. Set things to repeat if you actually want to do them. That's the number one trick that I can tell you guys of using your calendar, because that way, if somebody wants to hang out with you on Thursday night, you can pull up your calendar. You can look at it and be like, you know what? Okay, Thursday night I'm open, but you know what? Nope, I got Thriving Thursdays at this time. And you know what? I'm going to show up for myself because I know I get value. So no, I can't hang out Thursday night. And you know what? I can't even stay out late because Friday morning I have a workout. It's in my calendar. Respect yourself enough to follow your own rules and your own systems. We don't rely on willpower. You can't just tell yourself, oh, I'm going to show up to these coaching calls, or you know what? Oh yeah, I'm going to do my workout tomorrow. And then you forget. Why do we forget? Just life is life. Life is going to always throw things at you left and right. It doesn't work the way we want it to work. We have to make it work by simplifying our decisions. All you have to do is hit go. That's it. That's the reason why the workouts are the way they are. That's the reason why they're not super complicated, stupid exercises where I have you throwing dumbbells across the gym. Those types of things are not simple. They're not recreatable. And to be honest, they're going to hinder your process because it's going to become something that feels overwhelming at times. Getting in the gym, doing the simple workout, eating the meals, logging your meals, making sure you show up to the coaching calls, doing your check-ins. We know that this will get you the results. And especially if you guys have been here for a little bit, you guys know that doing these things are the things that actually get you results in this program. You guys can attest to this. It's not the crazy freaking workouts. It's not the 10-mile run. It's not the fasting for 48 hours. None of those things are sustainable. Why? Because they are that extravagant thing that you think you're going to need to put into your life to help you get back on track. That's not the way the mind works. The mind works when you simplify your decisions, take out the willpower from it, go back to your systems, reduce your energy levels that you have to expend to actually make things happen. And how do we do that? Again, simplifying your decisions. Set daily reminders for logging your meals in the morning, afternoon, and evening. And if that doesn't work for you, the reminders, put it as an event on your calendar. So instead of doing a reminder, put it as an event that sets the repeat. Same thing. It could be a 15-minute event on your calendar during breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That way you actually log your meal, you actually eat your meal, it reminds you, and you don't have to worry about, oh, did I do it or did I not do it? Put your watch in your calendar. If you guys have been actively working on trying to hit your 10,000 steps a day, but then at the end of the night, you're like, oh, I didn't get my steps in today. Put your freaking walk on your calendar. Like, it's not something that is rocket science, because I promise you, if you start to put the right types of things on your calendar, you reduce the possibility of you adding some BS to your calendar. If you want things that are freaking amazing for you, and I want you to want those things, I want you guys to achieve everything you want and more, we have to simplify our decision-making process. This right here is a ninja trick. This right here is a tactical application of what is it that we can do. Mindset Mondays, beautiful. You feel motivated for the week. You're feeling great, but then what happens? Thursday comes along, Friday rolls around, Saturday comes along, and you start to lose track of what you're doing. Simplify your decisions by reducing your action threshold. Put everything on your calendar. It's that simple. And then respect your calendar. If you don't respect your calendar, it means you don't respect yourself. And if you're working on your integrity, and one of your core values is integrity, you can't tell yourself that you have integrity if you don't even check your calendar when you see what you have to do today. One of your daily morning rituals should be to check your calendar. I have my Alexa set up in the morning. I wake up, and on my way to my cold shower, I say, good morning, Alexa. She says, good morning, freaking badass coach JP. And then she plays my podcast, and then she tells me before the podcast comes on what my day looks like, what the weather is, what's on my calendar, and then she plays the podcast, which is my system, right? And then I go top of my ice barrel. I listen to some motivational stuff, or I just do a timer depending on how I feel for the moment. I come out of my ice barrel, and it's still playing right there because I want to listen to myself in the morning, because you know what? I freaking pump myself up too. And I want to get better at what I do. I want to perfect the craft. I want to make sure it gets better and better and better. So that's one system I have in place that doesn't require any willpower. Limit your disruptions. You need to respect your calendar. You need to respect yourself and your life. So use focus modes on your phone to silence notifications during workouts and commutes. You can use this to block out toxic people as well. You can freaking block people on your phone. You can block people on social media. Silence unknown callers and free up your mental energy. Guys, the same way that telemarketers know that if they call you from an area code that is familiar to you, you're likely to answer the phone. The same way that you can know that if that happens, that's something you can prevent from happening by not answering every fucking phone call. You don't have to give your attention up. You put people in your phone, you save people on your phone, you decide who gets your attention. Not everybody in your life deserves your attention. Why? Because they're from your past life. They're from your past habits. They're from your past decision-making processes. It's different now. You are working on yourself. You are limiting your exposure to negativity. You are limiting your exposure to toxic people. And you are limiting your exposure to all of those apps that freaking pop up on your phone at all times. Pull up your phones and you can go through it. Pull down your notifications. Scroll through your notifications. Look at it and really tell yourself, do I need all these notifications? Because if you have all these notifications turned on, guess what? Not one of them is important to you, because you probably silence them all day because you don't want to get notifications all day. Be diligent, take the time, go through them, delete the notifications you don't want to be notified about. That way, when your phone goes off, you know it's something important because you took the time to make sure that you take notifications off for the apps or for the websites or for the people in your life that you don't want to message you. I have my phone set up on focus mode that during certain hours, it is on work mode. All my social media apps are there. Certain apps don't work. Certain things do work. And then at a certain time during the day, it goes onto regular mode. And my screensaver changes. It changes from my habits, my goals for the month, to pictures of my kids. And that's it. I'm done for the day. I'm not working anymore. At times, I'll still reply here and there to you guys, but I set rules to where this is my time for me and my kids. And now I'm going to put them to bed. I'm going to make dinner. I'm going to put, do bath time with them. And I'm going to go to bed on time. Why? Because I have to wake up at 4 a.m. And if I don't do that, if I don't set boundaries, if I don't set rules, if I don't have systems in place, willpower is not going to do it for me. Willpower is not going to do it for me. Lower your action threshold by making sure that you take the time to set these focus settings on your phone. It's not impossible. It's not hard. It just takes time. And don't tell yourself that, I'm not good with technology. I made this freaking metaphor last time. So what? I wasn't good at walking when I was a baby. That didn't mean I gave up. You may not be good at technology now, but stop telling yourself that. Take the time, ask questions, freaking go on YouTube and search how to do focus settings on my phone. And I guarantee you will find a video that breaks it down to you very simply. And if you need help, speak up. I'm sure there's someone in the group that'd be very willing to help you with it, if not me. Again, take time, put your workouts in your calendar, set your focus settings so they don't bother you, so people don't have access to you 24/7. And you better have your phone on sleep mode at a certain time every single night. It should be on repeat. You shouldn't have to turn it on, because that way you have your wind down time. That way you only have certain apps on your phone that actually show up and the rest can freaking go away. And you set everything that you have, and your alarm should be on repeat anyway, because you should be waking up at the same time. If you want to wake up at different times during the weekend, I understand that. But you can set it that way. You can set your Alexa as well, if you have one of those, to actually wake you up in the morning with really loud alarms. I know in the past it's been an issue, but do these things now to limit disruptions, to lower your action threshold, and don't rely on willpower. Willpower is not the thing that's going to get you to the next level. The devotion to change is going to be the thing that helps you when you actually know that this is important and you actually take the time to do it. Cut out unnecessary influences. There's people in your life, and you have to identify who these people are. They drain your energy or time. Now, it might be even your mom or dad. It might be a friend. It might be an acquaintance. It might be people who need something from you that they try and reach out to you at the wrong times. I had a friend reach out to me last week who is a friend, but that's what they are, a friend. They're not a close friend. They're not someone that I consider part of my circle. And they reached out to me and they asked if they could come and jump in my ice barrel. And typically in the past, I would have said yes without thinking about it. But I thought about it. I'm like, no, because number one, my time is very limited. My time is very protected right now. I'm going through a lot of different changes in my life. And I do not have time for someone to come over and jump in my ice barrel, because the time that they're asking for is not the 20 minutes that they'll actually be there. I'm losing my mind right there, because I have to now expend energy on, okay, this person is coming at this time. Oh, I have to make sure that this is ready. They have to come over. I have to entertain them. I have to host them. And then when they leave, I can't just shift my mind back into whatever I was doing. I had things planned for that time. So you saying yes to somebody that wants something, you're not just giving up that moment. You have to shift your energy levels. It costs you a lot more than you think. So when someone reaches out to you and asks you for something, truly, truly, truly ask yourself, is this someone I want to say yes to? Am I willing to expend energy, time, and effort on this? Because again, it's not just the actual time they're taking away from you. I can't tell you how many people message me on social media asking me for this opportunity, and reach out to this person, and this person can help you, and this person, and this veteran, and this. There's hundreds of them. And I cannot waste or use my time on all of it. I am very deliberate with what I choose comes into my world. So cut out the unnecessary influences, because believe it or not, it is going to influence you. Because if you have a friend from way back when that wants to hang out with you, that friend from way back when, they know you from way back when. They're used to you being the person that complains about everything with them. They want to be surrounded with someone that gets them. They want to complain about their life. They want to bitch and moan about their situation. But guess what? They haven't changed anything about it. You have. And I think all of you guys here know that it is on you to change your situation, nobody else. I think all of you guys understand that you can't just complain your way out of a situation. But people don't understand that. And it's not on you to change their mindset. It really isn't. And you might feel like it is. You might feel like, well, this is someone I care about. Okay, if this person cared about you the same way, would they continue to bring you down constantly? Do they continue to be the person that brings you down in your life because they know that they can complain to you about whatever the hell it is that's going on in their life. They do this consistently. They do this constantly. So again, politely but firmly set boundaries. Prioritize relationships that should support your goals and your growth. You guys showing up today, this is you guys choosing how to use your time wisely. You guys taking a listen today, this is you choosing to actually use something in your life that's going to benefit you. Because time is the most expensive thing we have in our life, believe it or not. You don't get it back, and everybody has the same amount of it. Rich people, successful people, like I said, it's not the things that they do more, it's the things that they do less. They don't allow their time to be pulled at by just a whim of attention or whoever wants that attention. They use it wisely. And when you start doing that, when you start realizing that you don't need to be in everyone's life and you don't need to let everybody pull your attention in all these different directions, you can actually go to the gym. You can actually wake up on time. You can actually set the alarm and go to bed on time and put your phone on sleep mode and freaking leave it across the room from you. And if you do that constantly and consistently, you will realize that your life is changing. Putting yourself first means sometimes other people go last. And that's okay. That's okay. Because you guys know that for the longest, you have put yourself last. You guys know that for the longest, you weren't putting yourselves first. And again, don't twist my words. Don't say that, oh, well, you're telling me to ignore the whole world, JP. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's your choice. You get to decide who actually deserves to be in your life, in your system, in your ecosphere, whatever the word is, in your ecosystem, whatever the hell the word is. You get to decide who's there and who's not. Not everybody deserves to be there. You don't have to reply to every text message. You don't have to answer every phone call. People are used to being able to reach out to you and talk to you because that's the old you. But if you are on this journey of making deliberate and massive changes in your life, then you need to be that, like consistently, always. It's not just sometimes. It's not just Monday through Wednesday. It's not just, on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays, that's when I really grind. No, like if this is a season of grind for you, if this is a season of no to everybody else and yes to you, it needs to be that consistently. It's not just when you feel like it. Again, it comes back to willpower. And willpower is not the thing that's going to help you get from point A to point B. Your systems. Because when you feel down, when you had a rough day, when your emotions are starting to take over, and you get home and you see your freaking gym bag right there, you know that you have to do something about it. You can't ignore it. Because then you'll start to feel that guilt and shame. And the guilt and shame only takes control if you don't do something about it. Because the moment that you see your gym bag and you actually freaking grab it and you go do your workout, that guilt and shame loses all of its power. Now it's replaced by confidence. Now it's replaced by the fact that you actually have integrity. You did what you said you were going to do, and that is how you build confidence. By having an insurmountable amount of evidence behind you that actually says that you did what you said you were going to do. And above all, prioritize sleep. I hate it when people say, I'll sleep when I die, or I'm not a good sleeper, or you know what? I just have to get all this stuff done, so I'll sleep over the weekend. Like, guys, we do not understand. Sleep is the number one thing that can change your life. Sleep is the number one thing that can help you recover. Sleep is the number one thing that's going to help you boost your testosterone at night. Sleep is the number one thing that's going to speed up your metabolism. Sleep is the number one thing that's going to prevent you from staying up late, binge eating or binge drinking or watching TV or doing something negative with your life. Sleep is the number one thing that's going to help you change your life. It's the most important priority. You can't run on zero. Back in the mindset of, I can do anything on zero sleep, like that's not true. And we all know that. We used to have to operate like that, a lot of us, but it's not true. Schedule what time you need to go to sleep. Put it on your calendar. I have sleep on my calendar. My phone shuts off at a certain hour and it goes into sleep mode, and that's it. I don't touch it. I have to actively turn off sleep mode. And if I do that, the moment I do that, then I start to feel guilt, which again comes back to what? Me taking decisions and doing things that don't align with my values. And if I don't do that, then it comes back to what? Confidence. I followed through with my word. I went to sleep on time. And do I always do this? No, absolutely not. But is this something I'm actively working towards every single day? Yes. Because if you think it's going to get better with time, it's not. You have to actively work on it. iPhones have a sleep mode. So do Androids, I'm sure. They have a sleep mode that can silence notifications and change what apps you can actually use at a certain time. I'm using my phone for a camera right now, so I'd show you if I could. But if I go on my phone and I hit sleep mode, my Apple Watch all my other systems, they all go on sleep mode. And that happens at a certain time at night because I want to make sure I have my wind down time. Okay? Being on your phone to relax is not helping you relax and sleep. The moment that you're on your phone at night that you think that's going to help you wind down, you are putting all this blue light into your eyes and it is keeping your body awake. It believes that it's getting sunlight. It is a circadian clock that is not shutting down the right way. The moment that you wake up in the morning, something you can do is get some sunlight right away because that'll wake up your internal circadian clock. And then you do the same thing to wind down. Start shutting down the lights. Start dimming the lights. Take magnesium glycinate to help you sleep better. I take magnesium threonate to help me sleep better. That's something I do religiously because it actually is a very calming supplement. And that's going to be it for today. So again, I want to thank you guys for your time. I want you guys to just remember sleep. Prioritize your health. People don't need to reach out to you at all times. People don't need to have access to you at all times. You get to choose what you do with your time. Willpower is not going to get you there. Use your systems to make sure that they actually get you there the right way. Thank you for your time.
And that brings us to the end of another episode of the VetRise Podcast. If today's episode inspired you, made you think, or simply just gave you hope, I have a small favor to ask. Share it with just one veteran or someone you think could benefit from my message. Your share could light a spark for them. You don't know who you might save. For more insights and to join this mission, follow my socials at JP the Veteran Coach and explore how we can rise together. Thank you for joining us, for being part of this journey, and for believing in the power of rising together as veterans. Until next time, keep pushing forward, keep rising, and never forget we are stronger together. My name is Juan Perez, and thank you for your time.